thing, you're a handful.
Many of us are familiar with the popular TV show. Some even know the words to the theme by heart. Well, all those favorite characters are now back on the big screen. Christopher Lloyd as Uncle Fester. There's also Mama, Lurch, Thing, Cousin It, and the two children, Wednesday and Pugsley, played by Jimmy Workman and Christina Ricci.
That was fun because we got to do things that we wouldn't normally get to do.
Strangle sisters! Play with our food!
Pass the salt now.
May I have the salt?
What do we say?
Now.
To play Morticia, Angelica Houston had to undergo 2 hours of makeup every day, but she says it was well worth it.
She's one of the great vamps, I think, and a sort of icon in the American psyche. Last night, you were like some desperate, howling demon. You frightened me. Do it again.
Stuntmen were actually called in for the tumbling sequences, but Julia did all the sword fighting scenes. He says he's familiar with the dangerous sport. Familiar, but hardly an expert.
I think once I hit Danny Hedaya on the thumb and drew blood. But he was very gentlemanly about it.
And speaking of gentlemen...
You rang.
Carl Stryken convinced producers he is Lurch.
Ever since I've lived in Hollywood for the last 16 years, people walk up to me and say, are you Lurch? Or hey, Lurch, or something like that. And so I said, I think you found your Lurch.
Audiences are already giving a big hand to the very mobile Thing, played by Chris Hart.
They had a worldwide, extensive talent search for the world's most perfect hand, and I got the role.
The big question now, can all these kooky characters charm the devil out of audiences worldwide?
Trick or...
This is opening weekend for the Addams family, and it's not hard to believe there's already talk of a sequel.
She had people talking about her acting in The Color Purple. She gets people to talk.